Good morning. So I used to years ago, not that many years ago, but years ago, one of my children and I volunteered at a cat shelter. Every week we went there and we basically like socialized. It was like a free range. We socialized the cats. We just went in and was friendly and pet them or whatever. And my son would go into the main room, and he had a couple of favorite cats that would sit on his lap, or he would pet them or whatever. Like a little relationship there. And I found out about something called the FIV room, and that's cat immune disease, feline immune virus, or something like that. And they were kept separate because I guess their immune system was weak. Not so much that the other cats would catch it, but to keep them safe from catching like a cold or something, or like if people came in, or a new cat came in, and you know. So anyway, I found out about the FIV room. It was a screened-in room back in the corner at the time of the way the shelter was set up. And I remember like someone taking me on a tour, and when like I went through this doorway, and then like you saw that screened in room in the corner, the cats all came and they were pressing their face up like they were desperate for human contact, because they were kept away, segregated from the rest of the population. And it reminded me, it's really sad, of those old clips, newsreels of people that were being liberated from concentration camps in Germany, or I don't know what other countries during World War II, where like their faces were pressed up against the fencing. And I said, "Oh, I'm going to come every week, and I'm going to go in the FIV room." So I did that, and I ended up adopting two FIV positive cats, Nancy and Jezebel. So anyway, when I was going to the shelter, like I would go in and I would go see the FIV cats, blah blah blah. Then when I was done, I would go out into the main room and like just wait until my son was done. But like I interacted even a little bit with the cats in the main room, and I remember there was this one cat named Percy, right? And I guess they named this cat after a Harry Potter character. So I remember like the first time I noticed Percy, Percy was like kind of not near me, but I noticed that the cat, I could just feel it and see it. The cat was acutely aware of my presence, and I could see the cat kind of like looking at me out of the corner of his or her eye. Percy was just looking at me, like was still and was kind of off to the edge, but Percy was watching me. And I made a mental note of that. And I said, "Oh, that cat, there's something going on with that cat." The next week I go back, and sure enough, at the end, I'm in the room, and Percy's still there. And now Percy is in the room, and now Percy is a little bit closer, but still, at a decent distance. And now Percy is looking at me directly. And I thought to myself, I know what's going on here, but I'm not going to go and scare Percy away. Percy has trust issues, and Percy is slowly um, putting down the walls that he or she has built up, for self preservation. And so I respected that, and I just, went about my business. And then the following week I came over, and now Percy was really looking at me and getting a bit closer. And I didn't like run over or try to pet Percy or pick Percy. I just kind of respected what was going on, the whole process with Percy. The following week, Percy got really close, like near my feet, meowed, wanted me to pet he or she, whatever. And, I did that. And there was like a bench in the corner. Like sometimes at the end of the visit, I would just kind of sit down. And then the following week, I sat at the bench waiting for my son to finish up. And now Percy is like right up next to me and kind of purring, like not in my lap, but like right up next to me, like by where my thigh is, and purring. And I was like, this cat wants to be adopted. This cat understands what's going on here. This cat likes people, likes, I don't know if this cat was doing this to other people, but like, in other words, this cat is ready. This cat is ready. And I said to the staff, is anyone like gonna adopt Percy? Because I was even interested in adopting Percy because Percy showed that interest in me. And they said, well, there was someone making inquiries, and since I already had a couple of other cats at the time, that they would rather leave Percy for that other person. And I said, okay, all right. I said, but if there's a problem or you feel like, you're looking for a prospective adopter, you can let me know. And I was happy for Percy. And then the following week when I came, Percy wasn't there. And I asked right away. And they said, oh, yes, Percy got adopted. Percy kind of came out of his or her shell. And I was really happy for that cat. It's funny, like, how animals, I think, are really, in some ways they're like humanistic, in other ways they have their animal instincts, for self-preservation and everything. But for some reason I kind of remember that. And I remember, I don't know who it was exactly that taught me that when you're dealing with cats, that, like, in other words, if you're going to adopt a cat at a cat shelter, particularly if it's a free range, don't go up and approach them or try to pick one up or pet them. Just kind of be there and see who's interested in you, who approaches you, who senses that you are a trustworthy person and would feel comfortable with you and recognizes you as a good owner or a good, I don't know what the cat thinks of, but like, like a human, like, well, this is a good human and I want to be around this human or whatever. Like, wait and see who feels comfortable with you. There might be other cats there that have an interest, but they're not comfortable enough from whatever trauma they went through prior to being at that place, you know? And it makes for a better relationship or a better fit when you just kind of like sit back and you are a little passive and let them be the aggressor, you know? And I don't know, that just always kind of stuck in my head. And actually, I used that approach when I used to go to those dinner clubs. I like to go there early. And generally, they had long rectangular tables at these restaurants because they knew it was a large group. And I would go there early and kind of sit towards the middle. It almost looked like the table from the Last Supper. Not at the end, not at either end, but like in the middle of like the long part. I would sit in the middle, and as people would like slowly mill in, it was interesting to see who like chose to sit away from me and who chose to come and sit right next to me or opposite. And I could kind of tell who liked me or who was not put off by me because of the way they chose their seating. And it's funny, the people that would choose to sit near me were ones that I became friendly with. And we had like beginnings of friendships. And then like kind of like the pandemic, ruined that. And then I went back south and whatever. And then everything changed, But it's funny, like you can learn things from animals that are applicable to human beings. this is like, if you're still listening, I probably have like kind of these boring, over the top, psychological, self introspective audios that I think a lot of people don't like. I'm not flashy. Um, but I enjoy telling them because, like, if one person kind of got something out of it, then I've done my job. So, not everybody, but most of you, hope you have a good day. All right, bye.